Thanks everybody for coming. Welcome. Today I will show you a very new module which has been created as a cooperation from me and ACL, Audiophile Circuits League. It's called the Sinfonion. You see it here in very big on the screen. It's already working. It's a very new kind of module. It's basically a very musical and harmonical module. So it started as an idea as a quantizer, but currently it's much more. You can think of it as a central pitch processor in your system. It can control up to 8 musical pitches. Pitches means the pitch of the notes. Basically, it outputs voltages for controlling oscillators and other voices which use the 1 volt per octave scheme. So you have one central place. It knows very much about music. It knows about scales, about chord progressions. And it helps you very much when you improvise to get some randomness into actual music. So if you want to program every single note, you better use a sequencer with 8 tracks. If you want to make improvisation, use a bit of randomness and so on, which is the style I prefer, then you can use this module to form random into music. So technically it means it's a quantizer with 3 channels. You see we have channel 1, 2, 3. So all 3 channels take an input voltage, quantize it to the current scale, and outputs a pitch again. But every channel can have a different selection of allowed notes. Then we have a chord section, which is especially interesting. It outputs 4 pitches, so you can create 4 voiced chords. The module itself has no sound generation. It just creates the pitch information. And the 8th channel is an arpeggiator, which is a kind of very simple sequencer for melodies that I will show you later. So maybe we start with the chord section. In the display you see we have currently selected C as the root note and minor as the scale. The minor is very small, so you can see it on the beamer. So if I crank up the volume, have you switched off something? Have I switched off something? Okay, here. So, I have 4 oscillators patched to the 4 pitch outputs. I make it a bit lower. The 4 oscillators all play the same note, which is the root note. Because in the chord section I've just selected one note, which is the root note. It's a bit hard to see the labeling here. It's a very important feature. You see this button is labeled root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, 13th. So you have a logical access to the 7 notes of the C minor scale. There's a very big difference from other quantizers. They use the physical notes. We always have a relation to the scale. So if I add a 5th, for example, then we have 2 oscillators playing the root note and 2 the 5th. Or maybe I like 9th. Maybe 13. Or let's change it to this one. Then we have a knob for spreading the chord out, so the distance between the lowest and the highest note gets bigger. Also have a direct knob for the total pitch. The nice thing is, it's always related to the scale, so in a live situation you don't need to think about which is it flat or is it not flat or something. Just select something. It always sounds kind of right. Of course, now I can change the root note, for example. I can make it with a knob, I can make it with a CD. I can change the chord quality. Something normal. Okay, so this is the chord section. So now I have prepared a simple melody. the first chord has a channel. So basically this is the input pitch and this is the output pitch. So if I connect in here, you have the original. This is coming from the sequencer. Now when I quantize it, there's a relation to the scale. Now I can play again with the interface. You see, I'm using the channel A and different notes are selected. I can reduce it to just a new note if I like. Or maybe the fifth. Also there's a special feature that forces, if I select this one, I force at every downbeat that the new note is being played, which makes it more logically possible. Second channel I have attached a sub-bass, which just is limited to root note. But I can play it, I can change it if I want. Okay, you see, you can control up to 8 voices with this module, but sometimes 8 is not enough, or you want to jam together with your body. So what you can do is, we have a simple patch cable here. I just was looking for a nice name for him. Stefan. Mate, yeah, mate. So this patch cable is transporting digital serial information from one Sinfonion to another one, which is here. You cannot see it here. And this Sinfonion controls Stefan's rack. And via this cable flows the information of the current chord and scale and also a clock for the sequencer. Yeah, so this is the master one, this is the slave one. So if we start the music again, you see the bass drum is exactly in C minor. This bass line is now from Stefan. Before the jam begins, can you stop for a while? Just one last thing, there's a built-in chord progression sequencer. So if I enable this, then the Sinfonion will automatically clock through different chords which I've programmed a couple of minutes ago. So that way we can play like a real band. Okay, let's go. Thanks. So thanks a lot for listening, and I hope you all come over to our booth at room number 534. You will find us. Okay, thank you.